Hello， 大家好，歡迎翻到嚟環保 Lover 會客室。咁我哋今集咧個嘉賓咧，佢就係唔識講廣東話嘅，咁所以咧我哋就會轉 channel。So hi everyone, welcome back to One Bowl Lover. So today we have a super guest here with me. He is the global head of Nature-Based Solution Hub of IUCN, Charles Karangwa. Correct?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to Hong Kong.
Thank you, Kitty, for inviting me, and thanks to the government of Hong Kong as well for
having you,
giving me as well having me.
Yeah. So first, maybe let us know in like an interesting way, what is nature-based solution?
Good question. In this way, nature-based solutions are ways we work with nature to address problems we have. An example, floods, or droughts, or problem of heat in the city. If you work with nature, you can easily address and make the coastal city more resilient. If you work with nature, you can reduce the heat by increasing the green areas in the city, or protecting a mangrove, or protecting a river. So that's nature-based solutions. It's really how we work with nature to address societal problems. Could be climate change, food or water security, could be heat, could be health-related problems, it could be a drought problems, and the other challenges that we have.
Yeah, we have actually a lot of mangrove or some nature-based solution here in Hong Kong, and actually in the upcoming week,
I saw some green areas in the city as well.
Yeah. Just now we had a walk in the city. I'm sure right now we will have some B-roll of you walking around, showing.
Indeed. Yeah.
So maybe you want to tell us a story about like how you end up in this role. Like your life story.
Good question. Actually, when I was 7 years old, my father in the house of my parents was just at the edge of the forest. And then as I was growing up, we used to get water just from 5 meters. So my father had just put a pipe in the natural source where we could get very clean water. I remember that. So after some years, that's when I was like 10 years old, people moved and that forest was cut. So people started building houses and became a residential area. So what happened was every time I used to go to look for water and it's raining, the water had changed completely. It was mud, full of soil. I could not understand why. But actually the problem was that the forest that was like the water tower or protecting that water source had been destroyed. So I kept that in my memory, the second fact. So I remember I was like 10 years old, I was going to school, and then I was beaten by a wild dog on my thighs.
Wow.
Serious beating. And then I asked my parents, okay, where did the wild dog come from? He said it used to live in the forest, but because now the forest was destroyed and deforested for people's house to live there, that's why the wild dog does not have any habitat anymore. So they started destroying people. So I kept that as well. So as I was growing up, my biggest interest was really to study geography.
I studied geography
biology.
too.
Indeed. But I didn't actually. I ended up studying economics. But good news, I studied also environmental economics, and I could actually connect the poverty, the disaster, and other problems with environment, and try to understand the economic drivers to the environment and the environmental drivers and how it impacts the economy. So that's how I ended up working in this role. So I have been around in IUCN, the International Union for Conservation of Nature. I was the head of forest before, and then I moved into agriculture. Then I moved into drylands and water and what we call terrestrial ecosystems. After 7 years, I asked to start a new team, which is on nature-based solutions, really working more closely with countries, with civil society organization, with the private sector and financiers to design and change the way we work with nature and ecosystem, invest better, and invest at scale to deal with problems of climate change, biodiversity, and other development problems.
So could you tell me more about this global nature-based solution hub of IUCN? Like what do you do like day to day? Yeah.
Yeah, so the Global Nature-Based Solution Hub was established as a kind of mechanism to provide support that is needed for different stakeholders to be able to achieve their goals. So we work across 4 pillars. The first pillar, we support and work a lot on policy influencing. IUCN is an influencing organization, so we support countries and regional blocs to look at the policies and try to bring harmony between different policies. For example, some countries may have agricultural policies, but they also have environmental policy, but you see that the agriculture policy do not talk to environment policy. So we see how do we bring that coherence between the policy space, but also how do we encourage cross-institutional collaboration? Because nature-based solution actually calls for collaboration.
Yes.
Because it's about addressing different problems. So that is the first block. And then under the global policy, we also work a lot on finance. So how do we mobilize enough financing from public sector, private sector, and other sources to invest in nature-based solution? Now, the second piece of work we do is to support the design of good investment that actually integrates nature and nature-based solutions. And here we use the IUCN global standard. We have a standard which helps to design good projects. You can assess your projects with it. You can implement a good project with that. Then the third part is capacity building. We do a lot of training. I mean, you attended the summer school last year.
Yeah, no, this year.
Early this year, actually, in June, in Shanghai, where we bring together different sectors from finance, from government, civil society, research, private impact investors, to really understand how do we invest better in a sustainable way. So, but we also do a lot of capacity building through the IUCN Academy, where we train professionals for 6 weeks to become nature-based solution professional people, basically. So, and then finally, we do some of this work we are doing on communication. Communication, awareness raising on what is nature-based solutions, how can it help addressing different problems. That's what the Global Hub do. And under the Global Hub, we have also regional hub. So actually we have a regional hub for Asia, based in Beijing, hosted by the Ministry of Natural Resources of China, and they are doing a great job. We have a regional hub for Africa, and we have a regional hub for Europe as well. And from there, we are also supporting national hub and city level hub. That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's why you're here.
I'm here in Hong Kong to support also that.
Yeah, because my next question for you is, there's a lot of cities in the world. Why would you come to Hong Kong? Like, why Hong Kong?
Well, I think Hong Kong is a leader in many ways, right? It's a hub for finance, but also it's a city that is really globally influencing on what would be sustainable finance looking like. And if we really want to scale up that, we need to see something on the ground. And to do that on the ground, of course, we need the city level hub. So I'm here, one of my objectives of this mission is to support establishment of city level nature-based solution in hub in Hong Kong. And working with the civic exchange, many other partners, the government, to really see how we can establish that city level hub, which will be a catalytic hub to support scaling up, accelerating very high integrity nature-based solution projects from private sector, but also public sector.
So what is your, because you just arrived last night, so far what is your feel or what do you think of Hong Kong after you seeing all these tall buildings? We walk around just now in IFC, in the central area. So what do you think?
Well, I have a lot to see still. It's my first time in Hong Kong, and I still have a lot to see. I think if you wake up from the hotel where I am and go into Uber and land to the main city, you can think Hong Kong is just a building. But actually, I also know that Hong Kong is doing a lot of efforts to bring nature in the city by really greening the city, restoring different city green areas. I'm looking forward to see the parks. And I think that's what you should do, bringing city close to people in the city.
Yes.
To bring nature in the city. That's part of nature-based solutions.
Yeah.
How do we get that done? In Hong Kong is the most important. And there are already a lot of things that are happening. So it's just a matter of scaling that up.
Yeah, because actually we got asked a lot of questions, like because Hong Kong is an urbanized city, the people will think that, oh, we don't have space anymore. Where do we find space to do nature-based solution? So what do you think of that?
I think every city can do nature-based solution. And it doesn't need to be always nature-based solution is not about trees. It's not just planting many, many trees in the city. It's thinking about how do you get diversity of species and ecosystem and people and culture together. How do you actually look at the flow of ecosystem? How do you reduce the heat in the city? So one way is restoration of ecosystem, but also could be a river in the city. It could be a coastal place. It could be greening, so planting trees on the road, and as far as you are also planting the right species in the right place, because you don't want to plant bad species that will kill all your biodiversity. So we can actually bring nature close to people without necessarily thinking about big forests or destroying what exists. We can implement nature-based solution at that small scale, but it's possible to do that in the city.
And Hong Kong we are like a global financial center. So you think how this financial center can finance more nature-based solution in regional or even on a global scale?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Again, as you said, Hong Kong is a global finance hub. And I wish, and I that's my hope, that Hong Kong also becomes a nature-based solution leader globally as a city. And it's very possible. That can happen, especially when you have money, because you have good money, and how you use that money to make sure that the city does not just become a finance hub, but also becomes really, it's safe. There's a safety, there's security for everyone, but also people have well-being and are connected to nature. So that's a good mix, right? Beyond that, of course, doing that locally, we need also to move financing beyond Hong Kong, right? What kind of financial instruments do we mobilize, and what kind of projects do we finance? And I think one of the reasons we are also learning from financiers is that financing every project is fine, right? But development that undermine nature is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. It's not going to be sustainable. And I guess that's the narrative from financial hub like Hong Kong. How do you finance investments that are sustainable, that are biodiversity sensitive, that are climate sensitive and positive, but also that put people at the center. And that's how we can make the world a better place to live for future generations.
Yeah, actually, this coming week, we have scheduled a lot of meeting for Charles to meet with different stakeholders in Hong Kong. And actually tomorrow we will be meeting with different financial institutions, banks, and civil organizations to discuss how Hong Kong can play a key role in financing MBS, and maybe through TNFD, companies, corporates, they will understand more about their influence in nature and how nature can influence them, like the risk factor. Yeah. So I think we will have a second episode to follow up on that. So next week, we will talk about your reflection of this week. So I have a few more questions for you before we finish this episode. So if Hong Kong can be a successful case, what do you think it will be the impact for other cities in the world?
You know, for every change that happens in the world, you need a champion. Mm-hmm. And for every city that would transform mm-hmm. into become into a nature city or mm-hmm. a nature-based solution city, would need a champion. So we think Hong Kong can be the first champion. Mm-hmm. We have other cities that are really thinking about it. Mm-hmm. It's taking longer to do it. Mm-hmm. So we need cities that think about it, but do it, take action about it. And I guess we have every piece that is required in Hong Kong. We have got technical institutions like mm-hmm. like yourself, mm-hmm. Civic Exchange and others that are already committed to support the design and that transformation. Mm-hmm. You have money, mm-hmm. so financial hub mm-hmm. is here. So mm-hmm. you have resources and investments. You have public government, which is really committed and have mm-hmm. a goodwill to do it. Mm-hmm. So you have all what it takes really to make Hong Kong mm-hmm. a city leader on nature-based solution globally. And as a result, we'll be bringing other cities to learn from Hong Kong. And often people think that nature-based solution should just be funded by public money, mm-hmm. government money, but that's wrong. It's wrong also because if you want to protect the assets and investments, we need absolutely to address sustainably the problems of biodiversity loss and climate change. Because those are the big major threats mm-hmm. on assets, on investments, and that's going to be even worse mm-hmm. in the coming decades. So if we want to invest, let's invest together with nature. And Hong Kong can be a leader on that.
Yeah, no one else is doing it right now, right?
Yeah, we do have a couple of other cities that are really thinking about it and designing with nature and transforming nature. And we just launched the early mid-half this year, I think in June, the mm-hmm. Shanghai Nature-Based Solution Hub, mm-hmm. just in neighboring city. Mm-hmm. We are also discussing with other cities that are really interested to become champion of nature-based solutions through restoring their wetlands and reclaiming their coastal area and bringing green areas into the city, restoring mm-hmm. biodiversity in the city. So it's not Hong Kong alone. Hong Kong will also have a lot to learn from other cities that have been doing this for a long time.
I think one of the most asked questions that about implementing MBS is about the price, the cost. People will ask, okay, so how, the cost benefits. So how would you address that question?
I would probably ask that question in a different way. Because what do we call actually benefits? What do we call profit? Profit can be measured from two angles. One could be what we call net present value. So that's basically an economic way to define benefits. But also it could be a long-term investment to protect and safeguard what you have acquired, your assets. So if I have a house at the coast and I know that sea level rise is a reality, instead of just investing in building that house alone, I would invest both in the house, but also in protecting the house by safeguarding the coastal area. What would it be then? The cost if that house after 2 years is just taken away by the sea level rise. We have seen that. We have seen investment collapsing recently with total erosion and landslides and floods. They just take billions of investment or fire that come and burn everything. So the benefits therefore shouldn't be just looked at only from just the cash flow on how much money you are getting. Should include risk management, risk protection, and risk forecasting. And then you invest in prevention than just rehabilitation.
So for Hong Kong, actually, the government is thinking of doing this Northern Metropolis development. So it's basically a new development. So I guess what you said just now is very useful for them to think about when we want to do a new development. How can we plan at the beginning to try to incorporate nature-based solution in the new developments?
Yeah.
So
and actually, Kitty, as you talk about that, I think that's really very, very important. And it's a great opportunity for Hong Kong to actually demonstrate what is possible with the nature-based solution.
Yeah.
Sometimes retrofitting is very expensive because you have already put infrastructure there, you have built a city, everything is set, right? So destroying and retrofitting and it's quite costly. It requires quite a lot of money. But for new cities and new developments, we do have an opportunity to actually work with nature and design sustainable, climate resilient, biodiversity positive cities.
Yeah. So, so last question for you in this episode. What do you think in 2050? Like, what's your vision for Hong Kong in 2050?
That's what I would wish to see. Actually, I would probably want to see Hong Kong as a city more resilient, more highly developed than it is today, but not just developed in infrastructure, built infrastructure, but also developed in natural infrastructure, natural infrastructure or green infrastructure that includes more protection of coastal area, more restored wetlands and rivers, more biodiversity in the city, so that the future generation do not just ask questions like, oh, what does a monkey look like? What does a beautiful birds look like? I don't know the names of the birds in Hong Kong, but that would be one weird question. If we can't actually have a Hong Kong developed economically, but also that economic development is biodiversity inclusive, is climate sensitive, and more resilient.
Yeah, I think if Hong Kong can do it, it means a lot of cities in the world can also do it, right? We have a very difficult constraint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so...
Hong Kong can do it.
Yeah, Hong Kong can do it. Yeah.
And they are already doing it.
Already
There's
doing
a lot of political will.
Yes.
There are financial institutions that are committed to support that. There are technical partnerships. The Nature-Based Solution Hub is soon going to be launched. So there's everything that it could really help Hong Kong to be more that dreamed city where nature is part of the infrastructure development.
Yeah, nature positive, climate resilient, and a happy city, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Okay, then thank you so much, Charles, for this episode. And so if you guys like this episode, remember to like, comment, share, and we will see you guys very soon.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
What's that? What was that?
That's like love, sending love.